First on Fox tonight, a teenager is adopted into a loving home, but within a year's time started raping his 5-year-old cousin. It turns out this now convicted rapist had a violent past.
But his adoptive family wasn't told about it prior to that adoption. Now the mothers of both children are joining forces to try to change that. Fox 17's Cindy Carter has their story first on Fox tonight.
Single mother of two, Tiffany Lightsey sticks close to her 6-year-old son. She can't help it. Last year, her little boy was raped by a 15-year-old boy, his own cousin.
I asked him what happened if somebody hurt him, and he said, yeah, I want to tell you, but I don't want you mad at me, Mommy.
Lightsey says it happened when her children were sleeping at a relative's house. Her relative's oldest son, a 15-year-old boy she adopted about 2 years ago from Florida, was raping the child during many of those sleepovers.
He said that he had touched his private areas and made him touch his private areas.
The teen's mother doesn't want her face shown, but tells Fox 17 what happened when she confronted her son.
No, he didn't really seem to have any remorse whatsoever for it. It was, more like, just tell him I'm sorry and it's going to wash it all away and it's all going to be better.
She says her son's caseworkers in Florida or Tennessee never mentioned a violent past. As it turns out, her son was once convicted for striking a child with a 2x4. The teenager was sentenced to a rehab facility in Tennessee where he's currently undergoing treatment. However, his mother spoke to him recently and says after talking with him, she's convinced he would do the same thing all over again. Which is why she is sticking by Lightsey and her mission to get state lawmakers to pass legislation creating a juvenile sex offender registry for violent offenders. Tennessee could lose millions in federal funding for not being in compliance with the Adam Walsh Act, which defines how sexual offenders are handled in states. Representative Debra Maggart says the Department of Children's Services is fighting the registry because they believe many children can be rehabilitated. She disagrees.
If you talk to our police, our law enforcement folks, they will tell you that these kids grow up to be adult sex offenders.
And that's not a chance Tiffany Lightsey wants to take with her child or anyone else's. Cindy Carter, Fox 17 News.
Bills dealing with a juvenile sexual offender registry were in committee this summer, but will come back around during the next legislative session. Tiffany Lightsey now has a website with more information on those bills and her son's case. You can go to fox17.com, click on Fox Links, and look for Juvenile Sexual Offender Registry.